It's time for the Northwest Fishing Reports with Aaron Borg, Mike Carey, and Rob Holman. Come along as we travel to hidden gems and fishing hotspots around the Northwest. You'll see a little of everything as we fish with top guides on their home waters and bring you the latest in tackle, tactics, and techniques to help you catch more fish. Today, Rob and Aaron join Kyle Jones of Jones Sport Fishing for some epic Hells Canyon steelhead action. Then we're going sockeye crazy with Mike Carey on Lake Wenatchee. Now, it's time to go fishing. Proudly presented by The Fishing Hole and Sports Shop.
Hey, it's Rob Holman with Northwest Fishing Reports. I'm here in Hells Canyon with Kyle Jones of Kyle Jones Sport Fishing.
It's February, we're at Heller Bar, and as you can see, there is nobody around. Perfect. So we start fishing here in October, and we fish all the way through the end of February, sometimes into March when the weather lets us. And best part about this time of year is there's not as many fish around right now as there is in the fall, but there's nobody here, there's plenty of fish around, and we get to relax and hang out in the canyon.
Can you fish from the bank?
Yeah. In fact, in the fall, right up here around the corner from the ramp, there's a big lineup, and that'll be absolutely full of guys bank fishing in October and November. And then guys, there's lots of little pockets and stuff, guys fish all over the place on the road up in here.
Sure. And this is state access?
Yes. Yep.
Washington,
yep.
WDFW.
Yep.
So you need a Discover Pass and your fishing license basically to get down there.
That's all you need.
What's the name of the launch? Heller Bar
This
launch?
is just the Heller Bar boat.
Heller Bar boat.
Yeah, and this is the main access for the entire lower part of Hells Canyon. So at 8 miles up starts the National Recreation Area. We stay below that. But it keeps going all the way up about 80 miles up to Hells Canyon Dam, and this is the main access point for all of that.
It was a little rugged getting down here. I mean, it goes, we're kind of out here.
Yeah, yeah.
It's paved and then gravel and paved, and then there's this little pocket tucked in down here.
35 miles an hour the whole way up.
I feel like I'm way in the outback. Well, let's get on the river.
Cool, let's do it. Pretty cool up here. One of my favorite spots. All right, we're gonna fish this spot here off the left-hand side of the boat. We've been getting fish out of here every day. So. The thing you gotta watch when you're on the bow is you'll end up sometimes throwing it directly upriver, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. That's also the benefit of fishing off the bow is you have all the room in the world to throw it wherever you want.
Fish of the day right here.
Ladies luck. Big. Oh, little guy. There she is. Where's the net, guys?
Oh, nice job. Oh, you got your first steelhead, huh? Yeah, just give it a sell on it.
Don Shrimp. Come on.
All right.
This is wild.
Who?
Not a keeper.
Not a keeper.
Strong little guy. That's pretty.
We are fishing some divers and shrimp. Down through this tail out. We're gonna work these tail outs a little bit, see if there's some fish laying in these slots here.
So you see a lot of action on the rod there.
Yeah, that's the diver pulling. These are the Brad's Magnum divers. And they'll run 15, 20 feet.
So when there's a takedown, what happens? What are we looking for?
The rod's going to, a lot of times, it's just going to start out nice and slow. It's going to just pop, pop, pop. The rod's going to end up pulling down, and the drag will come off the reel, and we'll have a fish on. Pretty evident.
How often are you successful with this?
Most of the time.
Yeah.
kind of question's that?
Yeah, I don't know.
This is my first day.
Yeah.
I'm just making this up as I go. When they bite, let them pull it.
So Hillary, how would you rate your guide experience with Kyle?
That's all right. No, this is awesome. Sorry, Kyle.
Got a hookup. Yeah, he is.
Cool. All right.
Nice.
All right.
That was awesome.
Awesome.
It was startling how quick it happened.
Yeah, it's an all of a sudden a bam. Nice fish, nice wild. Snake river steelhead. Send you back.
Where do you think he weighs in at?
Oh, he's probably about 5 pounds. So.
5 pounds.
Yeah, that's about an average fish over here.
Okay.
That was nice.
Yeah?
Yeah, liked it a lot.
It's really the other two up here. And we'll go
That
back
switch
up, see if
flips
we can
and
get
it's
on
like
another fish.
business. What do you want to reel them up?
Yeah, just reel them up.
You're all business, Andrew.
Yeah, good job.
Eat it.
Hey, we're breaking for lunch. We've had a couple hookups this morning. We're gonna head back and you're gonna make us lunch, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna grill up some dogs.
We'll have some more coming up.
More Northwest Fishing Reports after the break. Let's go fishing! Join us on our next Northwest Fishing Reports member adventure. Friday and Saturday, March 3rd and 4th, we're headed to the Clearwater River in Idaho for one day of trophy steelhead with guides Kyle Jones of Jones Sport Fishing and Toby Wyatt of Real Time Fishing. Trip includes lodging Friday night at Lenore Lodge, lunch on Saturday, all bait, tackle, gear, fuel and food, and professional services of guides that know these waters. Plus, you might make an episode of Northwest Fishing Reports. All for just $260 per person. Offer limited. Call Toby at Real Time Fishing to book today. 1-208-790-2128.
When fishing the Okanagan Valley, the guys at Northwest Fishing Reports stay at the Best Western Plus Pepper Tree Inn. It's the perfect place to stay after a long day of fishing in the Okanagan Valley. They're sportsman friendly and the rooms are spacious and comfortable. Each night's stay features an excellent breakfast and all the amenities of home. And probably a few more. Next time you're fishing or hunting in the Okanagan Valley, stay with Best Western Plus Pepper Tree Inns.
Right now, thousands of the best outdoor TV shows are just a click away with My Outdoor TV.
This should be good.
The all-new app, powered by the leaders, built on the experience of legends.
This is the place that we live for.
Stream or download from the largest library of exclusive content you can't get anywhere else.
That's what we've been looking for.
Y'all want more? I'm gonna give you more.
Get some!
My Outdoor TV, thousands of episodes, all at your fingertips. Watch more.
Let's get back into the action.
I'm in behind the carapace. Let me just half hitch to a couple times, just enough to kind of straighten it out. We don't mind a little kick, but want it mostly straight. Little cheaters or corkies on there, just a little bit for flotation. That's all it is. Got a fish there, Rob?
Yes, sir. Wah, wah, wah. Looks like we got a sucker fish. Female.
Sucker.
Sucker. Kiss the camera.
In there, ain't you? Like a mad.
There you are. There you are.
Ooh, baby. That's a nice fish.
Look at that.
That's a nice fish.
So that last one.
That last fish just ate a little bit of eggs.
That's it?
Yep, a little bit of eggs and
You trim this off?
a cheater. No, not yet. On the new G Loomis E6X.
That was the fight that I've been waiting for.
We were fishing with you last time on the Clearwater, and the fish were clearly different. They were much larger. What's the reason for that? Why are they much bigger up there?
Well, the biggest reason is over the course of when these fish evolved, most of these Snake River fish originally came from, most of the spawning habitat is higher elevation, high gradient streams. You know, where they're small, lots of waterfalls. Think of like little creek type stuff. Whereas the Clearwater, those big fish in the Clearwater came from the North Fork, which before Dvorak Dam was put in, had big flows, big meandering valleys, big water, where being big and fat and having a big gut full of eggs was more advantageous because they could get up in there and the spawning habitat was better for that. Whereas a lot of these smaller streams up here, up in this basin, those big fish just don't do as well getting in and out of those places.
Okay.
So that's probably the biggest difference. Plus, these fish only spend typically 2 years in the ocean, where the Clearwater fish spend 3 years.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
These fish are about 450 miles from the ocean right here. And some of these fish are going to go all the way to the Stanley Basin in central Idaho, and they'll be at over 900 miles from the ocean.
Long way from home.
They're one of the highest elevation spawning salmon and steelhead runs in the world. They spawn at almost 9,000 feet.
What you got there, Kyle?
I think we got a sturgeon.
That's one way to finish up some steelhead fishing out here. Holy cow.
Wow.
Either that or it's a huge.
And I'm still fishing, just in case.
Yeah, look at
This might take a while.
Hold it, please.
So, Kyle, do you normally fish for sturgeon into this type of tackle?
No.
So that's skill. Fishing and driving.
We often sturgeon fish here, but when I do, I usually use sturgeon.
So what test of line do we have on there?
12 pound main line, 10 pound leader.
Oh my.
That's a key rolling steel head rod.
It's going down.
Oh, he's off? Ah.
Yeah.
Pulled out.
All right.
Wow. Well, that was an epic battle, man. Whoa.
The hook is what gave.
The hook broke in half.
Hey, you gave it a good fight, buddy. That was awesome.
That wasn't gonna happen. We didn't get quite as many fish as we want, but
We had our chances.
we did. We hooked a few, lost a few, landed a few.
All natives.
Again,
Yeah,
it's your deal.
You
It's
know
your
it's
deal.
you.
It's your deal, dude. We got a bunch of keepers yesterday. Lots of fish. There's plenty of fish around this time of year. Not as many as there is in October and November, but plenty of fish. Good weather. Come
It was
down
50
here.
degrees today.
Get out of your cold weather. It snowed 6 inches at my house last night, and we're down here. It's 50. So
Yeah, first week of February. It's definitely an exciting fishery. It's something I know we want to get out and try again.
we'll definitely do it again.
Thanks a lot, man.
Absolutely. Thank you.
More hot action after this word from our sponsors.
Do you find yourself drooling over your neighbor's too cool boat or truck? Are you losing sleep over it? You're suffering from boat envy. You love your truck, right? But it's getting a little sad around the edges? The Wrap Factory is the answer. Their local talented designers and certified wrap installers will make your truck or boat better than new. Mention you saw us on Northwest Fishing Reports for a free mock-up and design service. Check out the Wrap Factory online at wrapfactory.biz or stop by today at 6824 North Market Street in Spokane.
This is Mike Carey with Northwest Fishing Reports. Potholes Reservoir is recognized around the region as a premier fishing and hunting destination. When it's time to fish or hunt potholes, Ross Outdoor Adventures is our #1 choice. Call Shelby at Ross Outdoor Adventures to schedule your Potholes Outdoor Adventure.
I'm Guide Shelby Ross. Visit potholesfishing.com or ducktaxi.com for details and to book your next trip.
Hi, this is Rob Holman with Northwest Fishing Reports. I want to take a second to talk to you about the general store and the fishing hole and sport shop in Spokane Valley. These guys sure love to fish. I mean, they really get after it. Their love of fishing certainly shows in the products they carry, and wow, what a selection.
Rods and reels,
accessories, baits and tackle.
They've got everything you need to be successful. The next time you go fishing, be sure to check out the general store and the fishing hole and sport shop. Stop in, talk some shop, and let the friendly, experienced staff put you on some fish. If you're chasing steelhead, walleye, bass, even kokanee, you'll find what you need in stock, or they'll get it for you. Locally owned for over 70 years, this is a company you can trust. Stop by the general store on North Division in Spokane or the fishing hole and sport shop off Argonne in Spokane Valley today to start your next fishing adventure. The general store and the fishing hole and sports shop is a proud sponsor of Northwest Fishing Reports.
We got everything you need.
Nice. Woo! John. Woo! Yeah!
NorthwestFishingReports.com is the Northwest's largest fishing reports website, featuring well over 50,000 fishing reports, videos, articles, and more. All 100% free. Catch more fish with Northwest Fishing Reports. Log on today. It's tips and trips, new techniques and locations to expand your fishing horizons.
Everybody thinks it's really easy because they look at you, you throw out the chum, and then the fish are there and you just yard them in. That's not the way it is. Weight to get you down and a hook that you can hook the fish with. I like the spinner because we use oyster shells in the chum, and this little spinner, when you go like that, it looks like the oyster shell, which is an attractant. Kokanee love these eggs. They suck them off if you're not quick enough, and don't hook them. But they won't come back and get the maggot. But I thought, I'll just use the egg. Then they won't come. So it's like it's got to be the combination of both, at least in my boat. And so that's how you hook it. I do anyway. An egg and 2 maggots. Still fishing kokanee. See, that's what I was afraid of. It wraps around the anchor rope. And then I have a bucket for bleeding, and it has ice in it. Because it's 72.9 degrees.
Is it really that warm?
Yes. To attract fish, we try to throw out some chum. The chum is dry when I get here, and then I add water to it until it gets about this consistency. 4 scoops of wheat bran, 2 scoops of blood meal, 2 scoops of oyster shells, a scoop of bone meal, and a little bit of rock salt.
Now, Tony, you can't chum everywhere, can you?
Oh yes. No, you can't. You have to look at the regulations, and it will say chumming permitted. So I got these black Max, the old school with the flip and switch, and I've done it so it just goes down really slow. And it also, when I reel it in, I can bring it in really slow too, or I can bring it in fast, which is what I was taught. Sometimes if you stop it, you could have a bite going down. Not always though. And this is the important part. Look down on at the line now. Is you have to be still. And you bring it in a little bit. And as soon as it's still, if they're there, you'll get a bite. So it's still fishing, you're staying still, and as soon as your bait lure is still, they grab it.
Fish on! We've got our first fish here, and we are fishing at Lake Wenatchee, where we had a record run of sockeye this year. Estimated 40 to 60,000 fish coming into this lake, and with any luck, this will be our first Lake Wenatchee sockeye. It's up there at the back of the boat. This year the regs are very specific on the lake. Barbless hooks, knotless nets, no scent or bait. Oh, that's a dollar. Fish on! One thing about these sockeye, you gotta keep steady pressure on them. We've lost like 5 in a row. Terrible, terrible luck. The barbless hooks keep falling out, but this one stayed in. The gear that we caught them on, Dodger, short leader to a couple pink hooks, little pink flash in there to add some attraction. You can see these fish run a lot smaller than what you get on Baker Lake, but they'll still have that nice red flesh and they'll still eat just fine. I wanted to show you some of the gear that we're using. This is a sling blade. The leader's a little longer on this one. It's about 16 inches or so, but it seems to be working okay for us. I've got orange and a pink 3/0 hook, pink Hoochie, a Max Smile blade. This has accounted for several fish in the boat and lost, so good setup here. The other variation that we're running, I've got a Max Double D Dodger. Again, I put a little bit of a bend in it. I've got a shorter leader on this one, probably about 10 inches, 12 inches at the max. And then for hooks, I've got a pink hook and an orange hook. These are 3/0. And this setup has worked really well.
Get over here! Look at the picture! Ah! Did I want him?
This, I believe, is number 20 on the 2 days, so we're getting close to our trip limit. And this, boy, this one feels like the best by far. Well, this one was a bit challenging. We tangled up into the other Dodger, but we managed to get it in. The hooks fell out just as the fish came into the net. It's gonna happen, you're gonna lose fish. These are what you're gonna get, so head on out to Lake Wenatchee and go get them.
Special thanks to the guides who made today's show possible. Kyle Jones of Jones Sport Fishing,